Hello, world. I'm saying, man, it's the world's most handsomest man. You know what I'm saying? World's most prettiest man. Blah, you know what I'm saying? GQ, blah, People magazine, blah, what, blah. I'm joking. How y'all doing? Another beautiful day. The smell of fresh air. Look. Anyway, so Nintendo is being petty, okay? But the reason why they're stuck in court right now is because of all the wrong things they did with their consoles, from the Nintendo 64 all the way up to the Wii U. It has caught up with them. And they thought they could pull the same thing with the Switch, but now the Joy-Con drift is real. So every time, I made a video yesterday saying Nintendo's on their like on their third to fourth lawsuit over this thing, and there's more to come. But anyway, but this is what they get for not listening to their real fans. When we were in the Miiverse on the Wii U, telling them to make the Wii U backwards compatible with GameCube, so we can have all the Nintendo consoles game that's physical, from the GameCube to the Wii U, all on the Wii U, so we can play it. But then we would have the virtual console where we could play the Super Nintendo games, the 8-bit Nintendo games, and the Nintendo 64 games, all on the Wii U. And like I told you guys, when I said the Wii U has all angles of gaming covered, that means they got tablet gaming covered, motion gaming covered, gaming on 4 controllers, using your tablet as a map while you're using the regular controller, and then put the virtual console in the mix. Wii U had that covered. So the infrastructure was there with the Wii U. The Wii U just needed a new motherboard with some more CPU power and more RAM, and use the same video card and fix the tablet, improve the CD space, fix the controllers and the motion controller with a USB connection and rechargeability. And once that is done, push the Wii U back out on the market. So they chose to laugh at the Wii U fans and then rubbed it in our face. But they didn't see the Joy-Con lawsuit coming, so they thought they could pull the same stunts and get away with it like they did with from the Nintendo 64 to the Wii U. But now they're in court over the third or fourth Joy-Con drift lawsuit, and there's more to come. But anyway, so while they're in court, they're doing petty now. So now they want to go after everybody. Listen to this. Listen to this lawsuit. Listen to this dumb lawsuit by Nintendo. Listen to this. It says, Nintendo continues to crack down on people selling Switch hacks, right? So it says Nintendo filed a lawsuit Wednesday against an Amazon Marketplace user who allegedly sell device called RCM loaders used to help people jailbreak their Switch. Shutting these down is the latest in the company's efforts to stop players from pirating its games. As the first report by Polygon, the lawsuit against reseller Lihoang Ming seeks relief for unlawful trafficking circumvention devices in violation of the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, DMCA. In addition to having the Seattle District Court order Ming to stop selling the device, Nintendo also wants $2,500 in damages for each one already sold. Piracy of video game software has become a serious, worsening interaction problem, Nintendo lawyer writes, without offering any further detail, arguing that the RCM loader and other devices like them are a big contributors to that. While jailbreaking a Switch isn't necessarily itself against the law, pirating games and devices whose piracy purpose is to facilitating that are also prohibited. The loader aren't hard to find on Amazon and other resellers, but it's essentially the code the loader are running to jailbreak the Switch that people buy them for, and which Nintendo wants to stop the spread of. Okay, then it says here, according to the legal complaint Nintendo filed, the company originally sought to have Ming listed removed from Amazon by issuing DMCA related takedowns, but Ming filed a counter notification with Amazon to keep the listing up, forcing Nintendo to take matters to court. And it says here, it is not the first time either. Nintendo has spent the last year getting more aggressive with Switch hack sellers. Just last month, with the company won a $2 million settlement against a seller called Uberchip, and 2 members of the Switch hack makers team executors were arrested on 11 felony counts. Can't even say felony right. But anyway, that's the end of the article. Look. This article goes back. Look, you know, let me bring Phil Spencer into this. Phil Spencer came out and said, sales ain't the end all be all to video games, right? And he sent that directly to the people on YouTube and Twitch that were running their mouth and then keep thinking that it was about sales and exclusive. And then they took that message and sent it to Sony and Nintendo and tried to tell them sales ain't the end all be all to video games. And with that statement came a lot of responsibilities. Microsoft meant what they said. Microsoft never abandoned Xbox One, period. They never abandoned Xbox. When the problem came up with the 360, Red Ring of Death, they fixed it, moved on. They continue using Xbox 360. With the Xbox One, when the situation with the Kinect came up, they fixed that situation. They improved the infrastructure of Xbox One, but they never abandoned it. It goes back to Nintendo. This lawsuit is talking about pirating games and stuff. Now I'm going to bring the Wii U back into the situation, how important this console was. Remember I told you guys that the Wii U had everything in place. It was only missing one thing. The GameCube. And no Rich from Review Tech Nintendo didn't caught wind of this. It was us Wii U fans telling Nintendo not to build the Switch. We want the Wii U to be backwards compatible with GameCube so we can have all our games in one place so we can play them. If they would have did that, okay, it would have stopped pirating games. Okay, it would have stopped jailbreaking. You wouldn't be going to court over these jailbreaking situations. But Nintendo tried to use that so they can have people buy the same games twice. Like I told you, what is the difference between Mario Kart 8 and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe? It is the same game and it's a DLC for the Wii U. What is the difference between Mario Maker 1 and 2? Mario Maker 2 is an add-on, it's an expansion to the first game. What is the difference between Super Mario Bros. U and Super Mario Bros. Deluxe? It is the same game, a DLC for the Wii U. I can continue going with this. If Nintendo would have made the Wii U, would have refreshed the Wii U and made the Wii U backwards compatible with GameCube, so we can play the Wii games, GameCube games, and Wii U games all on the Wii U, and now bring the Virtual Console in the mix, they wouldn't be in court over the Joy-Con drift right now, and they wouldn't be in court over trying to sue other third-party companies that make accessory parts for the Switch. They wouldn't be in court. When they turned their back on the Wii U, they opened a can of worms. Okay, because the fans on the Wii U was telling Nintendo not to build the Switch. We don't need it. We had the Miiverse. They should have put a coloring option and improved the infrastructure of the Miiverse. They didn't do it. We got the Virtual Console. They were supposed to be updating the Virtual Console with a lot of games, and they were supposed to bring the GameCube to the Virtual Console. They didn't do it. Then there was a problem with the tablet. The signal strength needed to be fixed. They didn't fix it. The 25 gig CD needed to be improved to 100 gigs so it can compete with the Blu-ray disc. They didn't improve it. Then comes the Wii U. The Wii U itself, it needs a new motherboard with about 8 cores and about 10 gigs of RAM, and use the same video card. And make the Wii U itself physically backwards compatible with GameCube's Wii and Wii U games. And they choose to ignore all that. And now they're in court, suffering. Okay? This is what this article is talking about, okay? If they would have fixed the Wii U, they wouldn't be going through all these lawsuits that they're dealing with right now. And yesterday they got hit with another one, their third or fourth one. So now they're doing this tit for tat stuff to where they're going after people who make like mod chips or like a USB loader. They trying to take them to court when the real problem was with the Wii U. They choose to abandon it. So now Phil Spencer's argument comes into play when they say sales is not the end all be all to video games. Phil Spencer was talking about the infrastructure. He was sending shots at Sony and Nintendo like, look, you guys need to stop focusing on sales and exclusive and work on your infrastructure. Nintendo Corporation chose to abandon the Wii U. And the Wii U had an infrastructure in place. It just needs to be improved on. And when they ignored the Wii U, look where it landed them. In court. Okay? So now they're suffering. Okay? And the Wii U fans now can sit back and laugh like, aha, we told you so. Okay? Wii U fans was in the Miiverse telling Nintendo not to build it. We don't need it. We got everything we got right here. We just need the GameCube and that was it. Oh, and by the way, like I said yesterday in the video, that Super Mario 3D All-Star is old. Because if the Wii U was backwards compatible with GameCube, you wouldn't need to build Super Mario 3D All-Star because we already have the games. The GameCube has Super Mario Sunshine. The Nintendo 64 got Mario 64. And the Wii has Mario Sunshine 1 and 2. Super Mario 3D All-Star is old. Anybody who tell you it's new, they are liars. The game is old. The problem with the reason why Nintendo is going through all the problems they're going through right now is because they didn't refresh the Wii U like they were supposed to. Okay? They didn't see the Joy-Con. They didn't see the Joy-Con drift problem coming. So now the Wii U fans can sit there and just laugh at them like, we told you so. And that's why people are still using their Wii U's to this day, because they realize the console is really good. Okay? You have a tablet, you have a motion controller, you have 4 controllers you can game on. You can use the tablet as a map for any games that you play while you're still using your Wii U. And then you got the virtual console plus the Miiverse. And art is a part of video games. And the Miiverse needs a coloring option, probably emojis, memes, stuff like that. Nintendo chose to abandon the Wii U over a lie, saying it was sales and marketing. And then they tried to use YouTubers to push that stuff in your face all day. But now they are paying for it in court. And you're not going to get out of this one, because the problems add up. The problems with Nintendo started with the 64 when they abandoned the 64, when they were supposed to turn the 64 into a 64-bit CD system, and they chose not to do it. Then came the GameCube. DVDs just came out, and what did Nintendo do? They went with a 1.1 mini disc. A 1.1 mini disc over a full-fledged 8 to 10 gigabytes DVD disc. Okay, so that's strike number 2. Then came number 3 with the Wii. Microsoft already used 700 megahertz, so gamers already seen what 700 megahertz can do. What did Nintendo do? All they did was took the same specs and attached the motion controller to it. We already used it. The Wii specs were supposed to be higher. Then they decided to go against the Wii U. Tried to be cheapskates. But okay. Then they built the Switch and thought they were getting away with it. Then they went about and refreshed the Switch 3 times. But refreshed the Switch twice and didn't even refresh the Wii U. And then the problems started to come up. Now they're stuck in court. Can't get out of it. Okay? And the Joy-Con drift situation is real. Okay? One commenter said it in a comment. He said, one commenter said in a comment, he said this: it is Nintendo's fault that the GameCube games and Nintendo 64 games hasn't been in the eShop for Nintendo Online games. But that goes back to the Wii U. The Switch should have never been built. We just needed the GameCube. The Nintendo 64 games is already online, and they should have added more games to the 64 library. The Wii U was missing the GameCube. And look where that landed them. The Switch should have never been built. Ever. Building the Switch was a waste of time. Building the docking station. Building the Joy-Cons. building the games on SD card and building the Switch network when you already had the Wii U network. The Switch should have never been built. The answer to Nintendo's problem is the Wii U, okay? And that's right now, that's why they're suffering right now, okay? All because they went against the Wii U. And look where they're at, in court. But anyway, I'm gonna leave a link in the description box so y'all can read this article. Nice talking to you, beautiful people. Please steal a Star Wars and Star Trek thing. Or Dark Side. I'm gone. Peace.